pleasant good afternoon and welcome, friends, to West Indian Today. I'm yours truly, your host and host, Imran Ahmad. I want to say welcome and thank you, friends, for tuning in to West Indian Today, a proud presentation on behalf of Parakh Worldwide Media. Special acknowledgement to our chairman, Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh, who is the founder of Parakh Worldwide Media and the chairman of ITV Gold, and also to the staff and management of ITV Gold, Mr. Ravi Kumar, and everyone as well working to ensure we bring this program into your homes through the means of ITV Gold, which has been committed to serving both the South Asian and Indo-Caribbean diaspora for over 40 years, presenting to you quality programming 24/7. And of course, thank you so much for giving us all your good wishes. Friends, we would like to extend our best wishes to all of you. Merry Christmas, and we are counting down to the days of 2019. 2019 is the final year of this decade. So as we welcome 2019, we are welcoming, basically, it's the beginning of the end of an era celebration, because once 2019 comes to a close and we welcome 2020, this time next year, we'll be ringing in not only a brand new decade, but it will be the sign of a brand new era, one that we are anticipating to see. It will bring much change and, of course, much innovative things to the world and to society. And friends, as we are in the festive as we're in the festive season of the holidays, we have some great highlights of a very special event that has been brought to you for every year annually on behalf of the Inner Committee Civic. This is the 17th edition of this very special event, which is the Senior Luncheon. Every year, I'm honored and privileged to attend this event. This is a luncheon like none other. I mean, seniors of our community, of the Indo-Caribbean South Asian community, people who have paved the way for young individuals so that we can stand tall and proud today in this generation. We celebrate all their achievements and, of course, their contribution to society. In my conversation that you will hear throughout the course of the program with various elected officials and, of course, leaders of our community, this is a time in which we acknowledge those who came in the era of the struggle from the 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s. However, nevertheless, they actually maintained perseverance, and they were steadfast in their dedication towards improving their culture, and as well as making significant changes to their community. And today, one of the major achievements that we've seen is that the celebration of light, the celebration of Diwali, is celebrated not only amongst a handful of people in Richmond Hill, but celebrated, all throughout New York City, celebrated even in the White House. And so when we have the Senior Luncheon, these are the little things that we extend, the little appreciation that we extend to our seniors for making it possible. And it's a reminder for the young generation that we have a great responsibility and a great task ahead of us. So we're not going to really talk about that today. Let's honor our seniors by recapping on that very special event that was held at Villa Russo, whom we wanted to say thank you to them for providing the venue for many, many years, for over 15 years. And we want to commend Mr. Frank Singh, the president of the Inter Committee Civic, also acknowledge Dr. Taj Raj Kumar, and also several other people involved in this committee, such as Mr. Ralph Tamesh, Mala Dashrat, Stanley Raj, and so many other wonderful people as well. With that, we proceed to the highlights of the Senior Luncheon 2018. And it gives me great honor and privilege to stand with one of our most well-esteemed and well-distinguished, and of course it's always a pleasure to be shoulder to shoulder with him, Mr. Frank Singh, someone who I must say I truly salute you for your service in the military. And I always tell people sleep peacefully at night is because of people such as yourself who protected the home front and contributed in whatever way to preserving democracy. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. It's indeed an honor that I could have served in the United States Marines, and as you said, I appreciate your thanks, and thanks goes out to all military personnel out there and all first responders.
What's your message to all the young ones and the seasoned veterans for the holiday season?
Come out and give. It's the best thing you can do. The more you give, the more you get. Right. But on our 17th annual senior luncheon that we're having here today, we'd like to thank the seniors for their contribution. As you said, they were the breadbasket, they were the pioneers. Right. That now be able for us, who makes it a lot easier. And then from us to our children, which, we're building blocks after blocks. And as an Indo-Caribbean community, we serve all at this occasion here. We have people from different ethnicity, and it's always around the Christmas time we do this. The week before Christmas, the Sunday before Christmas. It just didn't happen for this Sunday, but generally that's when it's happening. And I want to say thanks for your great contribution to this community, and I appreciate all you've done.
So what's your message and what's your feeling being here once again this year?
Well, I've been affiliated with this organization for a number of years now, even back in the days when we have our former president, Jagdish Mohan Lal was part, he was the treasurer of this organization. So I've been around, I know all the folks in this organization. I'm a part of the committee, that have planned this organization. And it's good to see each and everyone come out here, looking forward for this event year after year. And it's a lot of work done by the committee to put this together, and I want to congratulate those guys, those people, and also to the people who shows up brave in the weather today to come out here today.
Our regular offerings, but I believe that we are offering the community on behalf of the Indo-Caribbean Federation some additional events as well. So I would like for you to speak about some of the upcoming things on behalf of ICF in the year 2019.
Okay, Imran. So on January 19, the Indo-Caribbean Federation will be launching its calendar of events for the 2019 Royal Empress Hall. And so that's going to be, we're going to be honoring a few people who has been part of the Indo-Caribbean Federation who's been serving the Federation for over 25 years. And a notable person is Terry Gadraj, and we're looking also at the Swarangit Orchestra. These are people who've been there from the inception. So those are some of the names that came up. We're probably going to Evelyn Morgan, who've been around singing for a number of years. And so just some of the names. Also, going forward, we are doing the June 2nd. It's going to be the Eastern Arrival at Smoky Park. August 19th, going to be the cricket match.
Sir, let me congratulate you on the third decade of being a member of the Indo-Caribbean Federation. It's been a pleasure serving with you and serving under you as you've been our president for 16 years, I believe. So longer than FDR, so you've succeeded that. And so, I must say that all the very best. Continue to do the great work you've been doing. It's a pleasure being here with you once again.
Thank you, Imran.
Thank you.
I'm so proud to be here each and every year to celebrate our seniors in the South Asian and Indo-Caribbean community. As you know, I have a very large Guyanese population, I have a very large South Asian population, and I'm so proud of that population because they contribute not only to the culture of Queens and New York City, but to the economy as well, because they're really the heart of the small business community, the medical community, and I'm really so proud to represent that great community.
Definitely, and of course, as you said, that the Guyanese, the Trinidadians, and the South Asians, they contribute significantly to the economy of New York, of Queens and whatnot. And in fact, Queens is the most diverse borough in New York State, actually. It's safe to say that. And when we think about it, so much of diversity. Today we have the seniors here, so vibrant, so, so ecstatic to welcome the new year. But for many of them, there are issues that, pertains to a lot of our seniors at the top of the list every every year I think we talk about this immigration. Many people are talking about, they're struggling to get their citizenship, to get their papers. For some people, their green cards or whatnot. In 2019, on behalf of yourself, what is your administration and your team offering, more of our seniors actually in terms of immigration readiness?
Well, we're providing additional funding for programs to have more lawyers on the immigration front to help our immigrants and to help our seniors. We've had some resistance in the budget from the Republican Senate. That's going to change because the Democrats are taking over in January. They're much more immigrant friendly. Again, our strength is in our diversity. I'm so proud of that diversity, but we want to help them when they need a little bit extra help. So I'm optimistic that there'll be additional programs and funding in 2019.
Mentioned by State Senator Leroy Comrie that the bill for Diwali to become a holiday in public schools was blocked by Senate Republicans, and also I believe Mayor de Blasio also issued that they might not be. There's rumor about that. Could that change in 2019?
I'm hoping it will. I have the bill in the Assembly. Senator Comrie has it in the Senate, and I'm hoping we'll be able to convince the mayor on our own to add Diwali as one of the school holidays. As you know, they added the two high Muslim holidays, Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Adha for the first time. So the Muslim community was happy about that. But I'd like to see Diwali become an official New York City holiday. I sponsored the bill when I was in the City Council to suspend alternate side parking for Diwali, but the next step is to have it a public school holiday.
Definitely, and of course, touching upon this issue of Diwali as a public school holiday, where it's celebrated greatly, all throughout New York City, especially in Gracie Mansion, and it's been celebrated for many years, actually. I mean, one thinks that, what's slowing the process, but what could we do as a community to also help the elected officials to convince the mayor to make it become an official holiday in New York City?
Just keep speaking out. Anytime you go to a community forum, bring it up, but just continue to do what you're doing, and I predict it'll happen.
What's your message for our communities for the year 2019?
My message is for a good 2019, a prosperous new year, as well as a healthy new year for everybody and their families.
Waiting Radio Promos, Team 10 Nation, Delta One Special Effects Company, and Reckless Enterprises Corp. presents NYE 2019. Dylan and Dan will be performing for New Year's Eve on Monday, December 31st. It's a New Year's Eve mega concert and dance at the Joya Grand Banquet Hall, 63 to 108 Woodhaven Boulevard, Riggle Park, New York, 11374. Featuring live in concert, the showstopper Raymond Ramnaran. With Rennie, Richard, Renuka, and Derek Seal, the Guyana Babu, Terry Gadraj, Dhiraj Kayaram, the Raja, Rakesh Shankaran, Randy Reckless Ramden, and it's all backed by Dylan and Dan. Hosted by Alan Gopi, music by DJ Rashad, DJ Impulse, DJ Andy, Jazz Soldiers, Elite Sounds, and Natural Vibes International. Doors open 9:30 p.m., showtime 10:30 p.m. Call Randy 347-952-0924, Derek 347-256-1357, or Star Music, or log on to www.fatsoca.com for more info.
Welcome back once again, and if you're just tuning in to us, a very special welcome to you. Thank you for being here with us. If you've been with us from the beginning, thank you for staying. And as mentioned, that the Intercommittee Civic, they held their annual senior luncheon every year. I look forward to it, meeting lots of great people, our senior citizens who've contributed to the growth, the economic growth of New York City as well as the state, and they've also contributed to the cultural diversity. This is an event that elected officials, they make it a priority to attend this event annually. Elected officials such as Assembly Member David Weprin, I see him every year at the event, and also later on in the program, I was privileged and fortunate to speak to Councilmember Donovan Richard, who is the council member of District 31. However, this organization, it was a merger from several organizations, great people who came together, who recognized that the need to do something for our senior citizens in our community. And we commend them for doing that. That's what they've been doing for 17 years, and they've been doing a phenomenal job at making the seniors of our community feel very special for the holiday season, because that's what it's all about: giving back, giving thanks, and of course celebrating as one big family. As you noticed earlier, lots of great performances, lots of great individuals, and so we continue with some more highlights and some more performances from the annual Senior Luncheon held at Villa Russo. Today, as we are reflecting upon everything what our seniors has contributed, you've seen some of the contributions, and today it's unfolding before our very eyes for the young generation, such as major significance as Diwali celebrated, being celebrated in places like the Governor's Mansion and Gracie Mansion, also in the White House as well. What do you think about it? A handful of people who came from the Caribbean, from India and whatnot, in those various countries, who brought their roots, their heritage, their tradition, and they brought it here to New York City, and look how much it's grown, and those are the people we're celebrating here today. What's your feeling like?
Imran, first of all, I want to thank you very much for being so loyal and supportive of this program. As you said, we started this program more than 15 years ago. A group of us, we decided that, we want to make a difference in the lives of our seniors. We realized that they're hanging out, at Burger King, McDonald's on Liberty Avenue, and there's nowhere for them to go. So we just, put our heads together and came up with this idea. We approached the owner of Villa Russo, Mr. George Russo, fantastic, public servant, very dedicated to our community. He has given us year after year the facility here free of charge. Right. Without his contribution, we would not be able to host the senior citizen party here. And as you have talked to many of the senior citizens before leaving, you have the feeling that they were so happy to be here, because they're having such a wonderful time here. This is the only Christmas party for them in the community, and if I can recall, in the entire Queens County, where we're addressing the needs of every ethnic group. Actually, when you look, in the audience, you'll see, African American, attendees. We see the Punjabi attendees, the Bangladeshi attendees, and of course the Indo-Caribbean, attendees here. So they are very happy that the leaders, and there are several leaders who have come together to put this program together. A special thank you, though, to our business leaders in the community. Year after year, they have donated the food free of charge. And many of them, too, who are not business leaders, other residents have donated the gifts. As you observe, each senior leaving here, gets a gift, and they're appreciative of that. And so the program is unique in many ways, and we want to keep this going on for year after year. And I hope that you will come and keep on, celebrating with us, on behalf of our seniors here.
Definitely, and as we are celebrating, we're getting ready to welcome 2019, which signals the end of a decade, signals also the end of an era. Actually, as 2019 will end next year, and we enter into the 2020s, a new decade and a new era will begin. And there's so much of changes that takes place every day. We're in a changing world. However, nevertheless, actually, simple things such as honoring the seniors, such as respecting them for everything that that they've done, they've given to us, for the people mindful of the upcoming generation, with all the great values from our seniors and from the great people from the previous generation, what's something that you would say to the young generation to carry forth in the years to come?
Okay. I would, expect our young people to keep up this tradition of recognizing the contributions, the dedication, and the commitment that our parents and our grandparents have made to support us. Little kids, growing up, we're nurtured by them. We're cared by them, we're loved by them, and what else does an individual want in life?
Right.
And as you know, this community is very conscious about education.
Right.
So we owe our gratitude to our parents and our grandparents for always inspiring us, for motivating us to study, go to college. As you know, I've been at the university teaching for the past 3 decades, and I see the changes. Our young people are heading towards college, and those who are still considering, I urge them to make up their mind, pursue a college degree, get at least a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, and then they will land themselves a good professional job. As you know, you're a good role model yourself as a highly educational young man, in our community. So we have a lot to learn from our seniors. We have to respect them, listen to their advice. We're in a new society. We cherish independence, but at the same time, we have a lot to learn, from our seniors here, our grandmother or grandfathers. The thing about me is that I ask myself, my wife, Estella, we ask ourselves, how long more are we going to have, our parents and grandparents with us? So that's why, they're very special to us, and I urge all the young people to pay attention to them. Just don't ignore them. They need help. Be the first one to reach out to them. And they have made, tremendous sacrifice for all of us here. And now, on a second note, on a different matter, I just want to let you know, and our audience who is watching, that we have started a special program. It's a very unique program. It's a cardiovascular screening program. Actually, we did the first program about 2 weeks ago at Faith Assembly. We have had an overwhelming response. About 175 people registered, to be screened. And as you know, heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, these are some very serious health issues that are plaguing our community. And I urge everybody, please, screen yourself, for any of these diseases. Because we were overwhelmed, we're going to do a second program on January 5th. We'll probably start around 8 o'clock until 6 this time, because we have a lot of registrants, for the program. And if you want to know more about it, it's advertised in all the 3 newspapers: the Kaichor, the West Indian, and the Guyana Times. The dates are there, the date is there, and the location. But I want to thank you again, Imran, for coming out, this year, and for gracing this occasion. You're well respected. Everybody loves you here in the community, and wherever you go, your spirit uplifts people, and I want to compliment you for that and all the great work that you're doing for our community.
I call this a senior event,
Right.
because our people look forward to this event. It's very special. We have about 40 sponsors that come together, and we've been doing this year after year. It's really an elegant event. Today, our seniors, we have an opportunity to recognize that our seniors are the most important people, right?
Right.
They were here before us. They paved the way for us, and as a community, we're so proud to do this year after year, to give back a little bit to them and to show them a special moment.
Right.
So happy holidays to all our seniors. Merry Christmas.
What keeps you going year after year, and what is your message to all the young ones who want to get active and involved in community activities?
Well, you know, being a local business person, it's inevitable that I'm involved in the community affairs, and I appreciate the fact that so many of my peers like to have me around.
Right.
So even if I want to say I'm not interested or I'm not going to be doing, I get pulled in anyway.
Right.
And I'm glad, I'm happy that they like to have me around, and I'm happy to make this contribution. And I recognize, of course, that we have to pass the torch as well to the next generation, to the youngsters. And we are at a threshold moment where our community is no longer a minority in the sense of a minority. We are an establishment community here, our people, Indo-Guyanese, Caribbean folks, and our financial muscle is quite big. Now, I see the youngsters going to college, you know, it's accepted. In my time, it was a struggle to get through college. That's not the case. The kids are going to college, and a lot of them are making a lot of money. So, you know, my message to them is, hey, you know, you too will have to find your place in the community and to help the future generation that follows you.
And that's all our time with you here today. Thank you, friends, for tuning into our program. We do hope you enjoyed everything that we presented to you within the past 30 minutes. Once again, Merry Christmas to all of you. We are counting down to the days of 2019. We can't wait to count down with all of you. I do hope and pray that Santa will bring you everything that you know, for the children. I hope that you were nice, not naughty, but and I do hope that Santa will bring you everything on your wish list. And for those of you celebrating Christmas, if it's a gingerbread Christmas, if it's an eggnog Christmas, do be sure to invite me. I'm more of a fan of an eggnog Christmas, so invite me for your eggnog Christmas. I'm just teasing. All right, well, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. All the very best. Until next week, have a blessed and a splendid week ahead. Our time with you is officially over.